Hey everybody, welcome back to Pulley FP. In this video, we're going to tackle a common issue that a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with, and that's freeing up time in the day. So a lot of entrepreneurs just don't have enough time to accomplish everything that they want to accomplish. And sometimes they have trouble loosening the reins a little bit on tasks that they know that they need to get done. So today we're going to talk about outsourcing 101 and how to leverage the internet to get more tasks accomplished in an efficient way. And today specifically, we're going to talk about how to outsource your content creation strategy. So as an entrepreneur, you're wanting to get your ideas in front of an audience and, ultimately to generate prospects, generate leads, and then generate clients. Well, to get your content out in front of people, it can be time consuming. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to speed up that process and make it more efficient so that way you can focus your time on actually bringing those clients into your business. When you're outsourcing your content strategy, one of the first tools you'll need is Fiverr.com. So it's Fiverr with 2 R's.com. Fiverr is a website where you can hire freelancers to do tasks starting at $5 a piece. If you're starting from scratch and have no idea what type of content that you want to write about or create content on, what you can do is you can actually hire a freelancer on Fiverr to come up with ideas for you. You can search different Fiverr tasks to find the one that most fits your budget and what you're trying to accomplish. But within here, there's a myriad of different options. So for example, this one has 20 different topics that the author will create for $15. They'll come up with 20 different topics in your niche and headlines for your blog, and they'll send you those topics within 8 days. So this is one way, if you're really starting from scratch and you have just no idea what to write about, you can outsource that and get 20 topics. Not all 20 topics might be, out of this world good, but within those 20 topics, I'm sure you will find several that meet the needs of what you're trying to accomplish. And one easy way to see the quality of the person and the quality of ideas that they come up with is by searching the ratings and how many different reviews they have. So for example, this person has 325 5-star ratings. So this person, I would guess, is pretty good at coming up with blog topics for your niche. So, and that may be very much worth the $15, because if you think about it this way, if you're outsourcing for $15, if you can make more than $15 in the time it would take you to come up with 20 topics, so say you make $100 an hour in your business and it would take you an hour to come up with 20 topics, paying somebody $15 an hour to come up with those topics is a good investment. Once you have the content ideas in place, next step is to hire a freelancer to actually create the content. In this example, let's suppose that your content is a blog post. Well, what you can do is you can search a site like Fiverr for different content writers. So for example, I searched write a blog, and this came up with a bunch of different authors that I can take a look at. And again, the prices may vary pretty drastically. So peruse through, there's hundreds or thousands of different writers on this platform. And so you can take a look and find a writer that fits your style, fits your budget. And even if you're just starting out and want to save a little money and hire kind of the cheapest blog author that you can for kind of words per page, that's okay. I mean, the quality may not be there. You definitely get what you pay for when it comes to freelance content writers. But that being said, even if the quality is not 100%, at least if they get you a decent article written, it still saves you a ton of time going in and just editing an article and putting a little bit in your voice instead of trying to start an article from scratch. It's going to save you significant time, and that investment of $5 to $10 may be entirely worth it. So that is one way to outsource your content, is just outsource it from scratch. Another site that you can use is Upwork.com. So Upwork is very similar to Fiverr. These are a little bit more negotiable in terms of rates, so you can search different freelancers that cover different topics from all over the world, and you can hire somebody on an individual basis, project basis, or on an ongoing basis to complete projects for you. So for example, you can find a writer on here that charges by the hour, and then you can just pay them by the hour instead of by the topic. Again, the different hourly rates are going to vary drastically, and you may need to test out several different writers to find someone that fits your style and what you are trying to accomplish. But ultimately, you can search by all sorts of different hourly rates. You can sort by countries. You can sort by all sorts of things to try and narrow down to find the writer for you. And I recommend interviewing 1 or 2 to even 5 or 10 different writers, and you can give them the same topic to write on and just kind of compare apples to apples, or you can just say you have 10 pieces of content you want created, find 10 different authors, and test it all out with all of them. Again, you may need to edit some to get them ready to go based on your needs, but at least we'll narrow down to help you find the right author, and it'll also save you a lot of time on creating that content. Another thing you can do is use a audio recording device such as like Audacity or GarageBand if you're a Mac user, and you can essentially talk your blog into an audio device. And then what you can do is you can provide that audio device to a freelancer as well to turn into a blog post. So that accomplishes 2 things. One, it provides that content creator as a little bit of a kind of a blueprint for how you want that article created. So it gives them a little bit more direction, and secondly, it makes it a little bit more in your voice because they hear how you're explaining the topics and they can translate those topics to the actual writing. So using a software like this, it takes a little more time up front on your end, but it can help improve the quality when outsourcing your content creation. Once you have your content ideas, you can use sites like Fiverr and Upwork to create all sorts of different content. We use the example of writing a blog, but you can have an animated video created, for example. You could have a Facebook post created. You could have all sorts of things created once you have those ideas in place. And you can find a lot of those on sites like Fiverr. For example, let's search create an animated video. And there are all sorts of people on Fiverr that will create an animated video based on the content you want. One final strategy that you can use when outsourcing your content creation is even if you are creating one piece of content yourself, you can use Fiverr or Upwork to create multiple versions of one piece of content. So for example, I create YouTube videos, and then what I will do is I will upload that video to have an outsourcer create a blog post around my video. So similar to how I was using Audacity as a vocal recording, you can use video to create then blog posts and Facebook posts and things like that. And you can hire a freelancer to do that. Or say you're a fantastic writer, but you aren't great at creating video. What you can do is you can create a blog post and then hire an animator or someone to create a video around that blog post. And then what you're doing is you're turning one piece of content into multiple content on multiple different platforms. And that's a really good way to, at a relatively low cost, get multiple versions of your piece of content and really, really get exponential growth from one piece of content. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like it and please consider subscribing. On this channel, we provide a lot of different tools for you as a business owner to really leverage your business, leverage your time, and free up your time and resources. Thanks again, and have a great day.